So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to the European Arboricultural Council Conference 2025 here in the beautiful city of Bonn. My name is Jan-Willem de Groot, and I have the pleasure of guiding you through today's program. And this is a very special occasion, because we are gathering here not only in this beautiful city of Bonn, but this is the 35th annual meeting of the EAC. A moment to reflect with each other on how far we have come and look ahead with ambition and with cooperation with each other. So on behalf of the total EAC board, I would like to thank the city of Bonn for their hospitality and for welcoming the European Arboriculture community here in Bonn today. And in particular, I would like to thank Maria Mant, because she has been incredibly supportive and helpful throughout the organization of this event. Together with our own Josef Grabner, they made this event possible. They put a lot of time and dedication in organizing this event. A heartfelt thank you goes also to our loyal sponsors. Grihil and Patser Verlaag, thank you so much for supporting the EAC and this event. Yeah, we have a full program. Today's program is filled with inspiring speakers, practical insights, and opportunities to connect with colleagues from all over Europe and the world. I would like to begin today with introducing you to our president, Michael Zelanak. The European Arboricultural Council is an organization that connects arborists and professionals from all over Europe. And our objective is to include promotion, cooperation, collaboration, standardization, and knowledge exchange within the profession. And as many of you know already, Michael, last year in Zadar, he became our president, and I would like to give him a warm welcome.
Hello, good morning, good morning. Thank you very much to everybody who is attending this meeting, and I would like to mention it again. Thank you, City of Bonn. And thank you, City of Hamburg, for coming, and the City of Leipzig. And I would like to thank our sponsors, Patser and Grihil, and I would like to thank you to our members who come to see and to be on this AGM. Thank you very much, and I wish you a very nice and interesting day. Thank you.
Our next speaker, who will give us a welcome, represents the city that is hosting us today. As a city planning officer and head of planning, environment and transport, he plays a central role in shaping the sustainable future of Bonn. His work spans the built environment, mobility, and the integration of nature into urban environment. We are honored that the city of Bonn has welcomed the European Arboricultural Council. Please welcome Helmut Wiesner.
It is my great pleasure and honor to welcome you to the 2025 annual conference of the EAC here in Bonn. I warmly welcome you to our beautiful city. The EAC strives to improve the quality of tree care across natural borders and inspire people to engage in professional, sustainable tree care. For this, we sincerely thank you. Why do I consider your work so important? Trees symbolize life, growth, strength, and protection. However, trees are not just symbols, they are also habitats that shape the cityscape and contribute significantly to the quality of life. Without trees, our cities would be grey and dreary. Another important aspect to is climate change. Trees suffer from changing conditions, but people suffer even more from increasing summer heat waves. We just had a big heat wave this week here, especially in cities. And in order for our cities to remain livable in the future, we need to enlarge and diverse the population. How do we know this so precisely in Bonn. From 2016 to 2019, we participated in the future-oriented vulnerability and risk analysis as a tool for promoting the resilience of cities and urban infrastructures project. We just call it, in a short way, ZURES. As part of this research project, we developed current planning principles on urban climate, primarily heat, for Bonn. Building on this, we conducted a micro-scale investigation and activation of the technical and planning adaptation capacity of the city of Bonn to reduce heat stress. This project we call Mutabon. A key finding of this study was that reducing the sharply rising summer temperatures is possible by unsealing surfaces, greening roofs and facades, and increasing the number of trees. Currently, there are around 125,000 urban trees and approximately 200,000 private trees in residential areas in Bonn. A comparative analysis determined that 180,000 additional trees could reduce the citywide temperature by up to 4 degrees. An impressive figure. This is precisely why the professional exchange you are cultivating here is so important. Dialogue gives rise to new ideas. By sharing experiences, including our mistakes, we can all learn from each other and improve together. I encourage you to openly share your knowledge so that more people in Europe will plant and care for trees properly, ensuring their health and longevity. You are all making an important contribution to nature, cities, and above all, people. I wish your annual event much success, inspiring discussions, and fruitful exchanges about the latest findings in the tree care and training. Thank you very much for coming to Bonn.
Yes, that brings us to our final speaker for this welcome session. She is one of the most influential leaders in our industry. She is leading the International Society of Arboriculture, Caitlin Pollingham, as an executive director of ISA since 2017, and in 2020 you became the CEO. And we all know, of course, ISA, but you will explain more about your organization. But under your guidance, ISA has undergone a major modernization, including a successful relocation to Atlanta, a beautiful new office in Atlanta, Georgia, and a renewed focus on global connectivity and accessibility. It's really a pleasure to have you here today. Give her a warm applause. Caitlin Pollingham.
Thank you so much. Thank you, I appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the warm welcome and the introduction. I appreciate it. It's always my honor to have a chance to help welcome everybody to this meeting. This annual event is a great opportunity to reconnect with each other, to learn from each other and from the speakers, and to also celebrate the European City of Trees. So thank you for being here. The ISA's mission is to promote the professional practice of arboriculture and also to foster a greater worldwide awareness of the benefits of trees. And I think we can all attest with this heat that we're all experiencing that trees have an important place in our cities and with our communities. So the work that we do is even more important. We have over 26,000 member arborists and urban foresters around the globe in 71 countries. We are a certified credentialing body. We have 60,000 plus certification holders around the world, over 1,000 of them here in Europe. So it's really important that we ensure that we have strong partnerships with organizations that are representing different regional areas as well as local organizations. So it's really great to be here. I'm looking forward to connecting with all of you. I hope for a very successful EAC meeting on your 35th convening, and thank you very much.
We started a little bit late, and I'm responsible as a timekeeper as well, but we have 10 minutes left in this first session, but we just continue to probably one of the most, one of the highlights of today, in my opinion. The ECOT award ceremony, the European City of the Trees Award. This ECOT award is coordinated by a dedicated committee within the EAC, and I'm pleased to introduce the chair of the committee, Jan Gouvert. And for the next 45 minutes, Jan will lead us through the whole ECOT ceremony process. So, Jan, the floor is all yours. Give him a warm applause.
Thank you. I'm always excited when I'm going to present the ECOT award to a city within the host country. The ESC meeting will take place. So before we come to the award ceremony for the prize winner of this year, I would like to briefly remind you that the city of Varaždin in Croatia won the prize last year. And I would have a short glance to the city of Varaždin, which is in the north of Croatia, near the Slovenian border. The responsibility of the city's green spaces and tree management lies in the city-owned company, which is called Parkovi. Is that the spot? I don't mind. Which is a city-owned company, which is called Parkovi, and their motto is called Jer volimo zeleno, what means because we love green, and I think this shows the passion they do the work with quite well. Of course, that good that it's worth to distinguish the city as a nationwide example within Croatia. The city of Varaždin will be presenting the award to a German city now, and they have given us a short greeting. So let's roll the film.
In 2024, Varaždin proudly earned the title of European City of the Trees, and the city wasted no time turning that recognition into action. From planting new trees and launching public education campaigns to introducing green innovations and long-term planning, trees became part of daily life. The movement took root in September with the first ever tree festival in Graberia Park. Children gathered among creative installations and hands-on workshops, all celebrating the quiet strength and beauty of trees. To deepen public engagement, Varaždin launched its Tree of the Year campaign, an open call for nominations that brought in heartfelt stories from across the city. The overwhelming response proved just how deeply trees are woven into the lives and memories of Varaždin's people. In 2025, the initiative grew beyond city borders to a Varaždin county. A new tourist guide, The Secrets of Varaždin's Giants, was also published, inviting both locals and visitors to discover the city's arboreal heritage and reminding all of the vital role trees play in urban life. At the same time, new efforts are underway to improve the resilience of urban trees, helping Varaždin not only grow greener, but also stronger.
Being the European City of Trees was a great honor for us, but also a very powerful inspiration. This award allowed us to open new chapters in tree management, but also to introduce new innovative solutions and new projects. We are proud that we engaged community even more and that we shaped a city that is for trees and people. I sincerely congratulate Hamburg to taking over this award, and I hope that this award will inspire you to achieve and experience what we did in Varaždin, city that breathes with its trees.
The title of European City of the Trees 2024 is more than a recognition. It's a promise, a commitment to a greener future rooted in community, health and pride.
This is where Varaždin is located in Croatia. So it's always worth to take a visit in the city center, take a look at the parks, and especially the cemetery of Varaždin is often regarded as one of the most beautiful cemeteries in Europe. Okay, perhaps before we come to the award, I would like to tell you some words about how to find a new award winner in Germany this year. The venue here in Bonn had been decided a long time ago, but however, there was still a desire in the EAC and in the tree care associations to have a competition for the prize. So maybe you remember Dieter Fuchs, who invited us last year, coming to Bonn. He retired in the meantime, so he is not here yet. But he was one of the person who brought the idea of a competition together with Rüdiger Dittmar to the German association, which is called the GALK. There's one word, Gartenamtsleiterkonferenz. Would be funny to pronounce that. It means it's the standing conference of the municipal green office manager. So in Germany we say one word, Gartenamtsleiterkonferenz. Yeah? Very easy. And in this conference, the responsible green office managers meet regularly. So they were aware of this competition, and so Dieter Fuchs and Rüdiger Dittmar, they asked for applications by the end of the year, by the end of last year, and a few days before Christmas, I asked about the incoming application, and I think there was one or two. So of course, you can imagine, I was a little bit disappointed at this time. But 2 weeks later, on the first week in January, we had 8. So 8 applications from cities all over Germany for the prize were overwhelming to the ECOT, because we never had that much applications for the prize before. So amongst these 8 cities have been Augsburg, for example, as the host city of the German Tree Care Days. It's Bonn, the host city of this event. Düsseldorf, for example, is a city that was hit by a severe thunderstorm in 2014, and they lost about 30% of their treescape in the city. Frankfurt was the awardee city already in 2014. So we're talking now about the second awardee city within Germany. The city of Hamburg is famous for its management of trees on construction sites. City of Hanover is famous for its irrigation system. City of Leipzig wants to become climate neutral by 2030. And city of Mannheim has a program of 1,000 trees, 1,000 new trees, planting 1,000 new trees per year. So, at the very end, you can imagine it's quite hard to find one of the cities. So they send us the presentations, and every presentation will meet the criteria of the award. So at the end, we had to pick three finalist cities together with the German Tree Care Association, IDB. We voted at the end for 3 cities, and the votes had been for the cities of Bonn, Hamburg, and Leipzig. So these 3 cities were the finalist cities, because we were not able to visit every single city. It's pretty, just simply too much for the working group. So then in April this year, we're going to visit these 3 cities, and yeah, so thank you for the hospitality and thank you for the experts who explained us the treescape. So it was Maria Mann was with us, and yeah, and the whole delegation. So Thorsten Melzer from Hamburg, and the delegation was with us in Hamburg, and yeah, unfortunately, on the very right side, the picture is Markus Drappertz. He's stuck in the train on the way to here, so maybe we can meet him. We can meet him later. Yeah. So at the very end, we discussed about the results and about the report. So it was again a question: which city will win the prize? There could be only one at the very end, and so we again asked the ESC board, the ECOT jury, and the German Tree Care Association IDB for voting when they have read our reports. And at the end, the result was clearer than I assumed before, because in the working group we were discussed, because every single city will meet the criteria. But yeah, so the result was clear, and the European City Award is that city, and so the award goes to Hamburg. Yeah, that was a clear result of voting. We had votes from the ESE board, from the ECOT jury, so it was not a decision of a small group and of a kind of old man's club or somewhere like this. So, but there are many people involved in the decision, and I would like to extend a warm welcome now to the representatives of Hamburg, who is Ms. Stefanie von Berg, State Councillor of the Ministry, and I have to read it, of Environment, Climate, Energy and Agriculture in Hamburg. May you please join us? Yeah, and I also would like to welcome Mr. Thorsten Melzer, specialist in Hamburg's or in Hamburg for its urban tree management. Yeah, thank you for coming here all the way. Yeah, and I also would like to welcome Mr. Goran Huljenic, representative of the Croatian Tree Care Association, who brought us this prize finally from Varaždin to here. So I've brought the first congratulations with me. Hang on, just have a look.
Congratulations to the city of Hamburg. I wish you all the best as the new European City of Trees. May this recognition serve as a platform for fresh, green ideas and meaningful actions. From all of us in Varaždin, we have one message. Trees are the future. Care for them, plant them, and learn from them. Thank you, and warm greetings from our green city, Varaždin. Here we go.
So I hereby already would like to invite you joining our next meeting in the next year, which might be in Lithuania. So yeah, be prepared for that. And now we're going to listen to the presentation of the tree management in Hamburg, and this is why you will where we'll find the reasons for the awarding at the very end.
So, dear ladies and gentlemen, you already woke up by singing a little bit. That always helps. And I am really deeply honored to receive the European City of Trees Award 2025. And in my capacity as a state secretary, some say state councillor, well, it's a question of which state you are in, state secretary of the Ministry of Environment. And I would like to present to you, by way of a few slides, the key aspects of our city and our urban tree management. As you can see, it's a big city, and what is special about the city, it's not only a city, but it is a federal state at the same time, which makes it difficult because we've got borders that just confine the way we want to spread out. So we have borders, and within these borders, we have to manage everything that we want to do in a city. We have a total of 755 square kilometers and 1.86 million residents, growing, and we are the second largest city in Germany. We have more than 3,200 hectares of parks and green spaces with valuable mature tree population. We will come to that later. And this is really special. 10% of the city's area consists of nature reserves. We just hit the 10% rate. 10% of a confined city area, that is really amazing. We have, as you can see, 7 major districts. It's a question of administration, but also a question of which character do they have. And they are very, very different from each other. For example, Bergedorf, as you can see on the southeastern side, that's very rural, very green. We've got a lot of agriculture, gardening, and stuff like that. Hamburg as well. But in the middle, of course, we've got all the urbanized areas, and also in Altona, Eimsbüttel Nord, and Wandsbek, all the inner circle that is very highly urbanized and very densely populated. And Hamburg Mitte is also transforming in a whole new way, because the harbor city, the Hafen city, is transformed from harbor into where people actually live. The next slide shows that approximately half of the city's area consists of green spaces. That's a lot. And also recreational areas, which are connected, interconnected as a so-called grünes Netz, green network. And you can see there are always connections. And key components include the 2 green rings, which you can see, the darker green ring and the inner darker green ring, and 12 landscape axes. Green connections ensure a dense linkage of green open spaces. You can always walk through green if you really want to do that, and a lot of people do. The outer green ring is 100 kilometers long. So Hamburg is really a big city, and is explored annually by enthusiastic Hamburg residents during a 24-hour march. The inner green ring includes Hamburg's historic ramparts. That was when Hamburg was very young. On the next slide, you can see that Hamburg is a metropolis by the water and the park. That's what always people who fly into Hamburg say. That was when they arrive, they say the metropolis by the water and the park. And approximately 30% of the city's area is covered by tree canopies and trees. So 50% of green, 30% trees, tree canopies and trees play an outstanding role really in our climate adaptation management. A little anecdote just from Wednesday, when it was really, really hot in Germany, also in Hamburg, 37 degrees, and I like to ride my bike, and I came through the city, and first I had past the harbor where there are naturally not so very many trees, and I was really, really just dripping. And then finally I entered Eimsbüttel, and there the trees started, and I was much better. And it was going like into a refrigerator, and that's what we really try to do. You all know that feeling. And since February 25, this year, 2025, trees have been an integral part of the just newly released climate adaptation strategy adopted by the Senate. In the next slide, you can see urban trees that have always been a special concern for our city. not just since the discussions about climate change adaptation. The preservation, continuous replacement, and new planting of urban trees have been a central part of our city's green infrastructure since the establishment of the City Garden Office over 100 years ago. We take this responsibility very, very seriously. Street trees significantly contribute to Hamburg's reputation as a green city and are highly valued by its residents. It's really it's very political in our city, and that's a good thing. Over 30,000 street trees have reached their 80th year, so celebrated their 80th birthday, and are therefore considered particularly valuable mature trees. Half of them have even reached an impressive age of over 100 years in a city or more. And this is not a given in a growing metropolis. I can tell you, as a politician, we fight this fight every single day. Hamburg has long held a pioneering role in urban tree management. For example, the first German tree protection regulation, Baumschutzverordnung, also one word, that's the German way we do it, from 1948 originated in Hamburg, so already in 1948. So, and now I hand over to my dear colleague. Do you want to use my iPad?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, why do we know so much about our trees in Hamburg? Because since 1998 we have a tree register. We call it also Hamburger Tree Register. So, and 2023 we celebrate our 21st anniversary for our tree register. So we are very proud for the system, and it included a lot of data, so we know also the history of the trees about the first click in 1998. Under the relationship of the Environmental Ministry, software was developed in collaboration with the 7 district offices. So it's created from practice to practice. And to this day, the system is characterized by its high user-friendliness in Hamburg. Mobile pantops used for the first time in Germany in Hamburg for tree inspections in 2002. This changed the tree control completely. Yes, perfect. Observing developments in the tree population over longer periods or under various questions, citywide problems or damaged symptoms can thus be identified and analyzed more easily. Accordingly, we now implement appropriate measures more effectively, and an efficient use of the resources is possible. You know, all the money for the green is often very less, so we have to The tree register is our central control instrument, and since 2016 available as an internet-based online application for the citizens. So Jan Gever told us, so in Hamburg is the tree care on construction site really important, and we do it in 2008. So our tree inspectors started to use the rules in Germany constantly. The tree population must be protected before and throughout the entire construction period. According to the protection regulation, protected trees, roots, trunks, branches may not be removed or damaged. You know, for faster internet, there is a big struggle also in Germany. It's called, another German word, Glasfaser, and it should be very quick, the cable put in the earth, and this is a really problem when the construction crews come inside and want to do it very fast. But we are there with our tree care specialists and take the view. The interventions in the root area cannot be avoided. Early involvement of tree experts and issuance of tree protection requirements. Tree protection-oriented construction supervisions, documentation in the digital root protocol, and, if necessary, initiation for measures to preserve the tree, such as the ground balancing cuts. So at the moment, it is possible to download the digital route protocol at the homepage from the Hanseatic City. In future, we are creating at the moment an app, an application, and other cities can use it. It is open source to use it for the digital route protection. Excavations only by hand digging or suction technology. We prefer the suction technology. Also, big point in Hamburg is the research. Since the 1980s, we do a lot of the salt problem in Hamburg. So the government in Hamburg paid 55 million German marks until 1980 to 1985 to restore the street trees pits. So salt is now in the actual discussion a new point by bicycles. So because the bicycle streets should also be salted. So and we have to talk to the people, and they have to understand that salt, natrium chloride in German, it's a very, very big problem for trees. The trees will die at the end. So to protect urban trees and climate change, develop an integrated concept for adapting Hamburg's tree population to climate change. The vulnerability of trees to climate change is being observed and documented over a long term. We have a monitoring sites active since 2015 with the University of Hamburg, where we look for the water for the roots in the ground. There's Wasserspannungssensoren. We have a lot of these words today. The follow-up project integrated soil, hydrological and plant physical studies in a special prepared field experiment at the Lorenz von Ehren nursery with 135 trees. 9 tree species, future trees, climate trees, how you would call it, and varieties in 3 different soil substrates: sand, FLL substrate, and löss, the best for the trees, and monitoring under real site conditions along roadsides. In 2023, the city acquired these trees and planted them in connection located. The trees who grow in sand looks completely different to the trees who grow in soil. They have stress in nursery, beginning before they come to the live unfriendly place in the street. These trees are being further studied as a part of long-term project. And also a very important part for tree care, not only in Hamburg, also I thought, especially in climate change, is the effective combat tree disease. A long-term strategy is required. In Hamburg, efforts have been underway for more than 2 decades to better understand tree disease throughout monitoring programs aiming to preserve trees as long as possible and provide a sustainable future for the respective tree species like the elms, the horse chestnut trees, and something else, ashes. So later this day at 4 p.m. I will do a detailed presentation about this concept. And now I will give it.
And as always, success comes only about if you collaborate. You can always only do that together when different disciplines intertwine and we really talk to each other and try to manage a way to preserve, in this case, trees. And this excellent collaboration between the district offices, the 7 district offices, the Plant Protection Office, the commercial operations for roads, bridges and traffic, the state-level specialized authority, and highly qualified professional companies characterizes Hamburg's urban tree management. Also supported, as Torsten just said, by the companies that grow trees, the nurseries, and also by the universities that also do research on that. And a special focus is placed on the protection and preservation of existing trees. It's not only a question of planting new, but preserving what we have, because we need a lot of leaves, as you all know, green volume. And the average rate of street trees is older than Torsten because it's 48 years. The expertise and many years of experience of the various stakeholders allow for a certain Hanseatic composure, even when dealing with complex challenges, which we face right now. We thank the Arboricultural Council, as well as the German Tree Care Association, for awarding us the European City of Trees Award 2025. We are very, very proud to join the ranks of the 18 ECOT cities in Europe. We know that the other participating cities have innovative and progressive urban tree management, and we feel deeply honored to receive this award. And we want to learn from the other cities as well. A special thanks goes to the City of Bonn for co-hosting this event. Thank you very much.
So after hearing the past and the current ECOT cities, we will now return to the city of Bonn. Bonn is not only known for the rich history and international outlook, but also for its strong commitment to urban green spaces and sustainable tree management. And our next speaker works at the Amt für Umwelt und Stadtgrün, the Office for Environment and Urban Green, and plays an important role in maintenance and developing the city's green infrastructure. And I want you to welcome Thomas Petzold to present the city of Bonn.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished colleagues, first of all, congratulations to the city of Hamburg for being awarded the European City of Trees Award 2025. I would like to express my sincere appreciation for your performance on behalf of my head office, David Bayer, and on my own behalf. My name is Thomas Petzold. I'm head of the department for the maintenance and development of urban green spaces in Bonn. We were well aware of the strong competition when we submitted Bonn's application for the award. I'm very proud that you awarded us to the bronze medal. Thank you very much. Today, I'm blessed to present the city of Bonn as City of Trees, showcasing its diversity in a brief, very short overview. After all, you want to get your lunch break quickly. Let me guide you from the macro level of our green spaces down to the micro level of our urban tree management. On the eastern side of the Rhine, within Bonn's city limits, lies the Ennert, a large mixed deciduous forest. It is part of the EU's Natura 2000 network and enjoys the highest level of protection as a fauna-flora habitat (FFH) site. Bonn also maintains its own municipal forest covering an area around 610 hectares. This is professionally managed and sustainably maintained by our municipal forester. Our forest is certified according to FSC and Naturland standards. Bonn was named European Forest Capital 2024 by the European Forest Institute, EFI. We manage a total of 125,000 municipal trees. The Department of Environment and Urban Green is responsible for all trees located in roadside green spaces, public parks, cemeteries, schoolyards, and daycare facilities. Tree inspections are carried out in 15-month intervals by a team of 6 certified tree inspectors, following a 6 eyes principle for any felling decisions. Tree maintenance is handled by 17 professional arborists using our own fleet of vehicles, including aerial work platforms. Our digital tree inventory is fully integrated into the city's GIS system. All inspections, maintenance measures, removals and plantings are documented here. We are currently upgrading the system to enhance data quality and improve efficiency and planning and decision making. We are proud to say that 97% of all eligible replanting sites after removals are actually replanted. We prioritize larger planting pits with open soil, take part in the Galg street tree trials and run our own soil substrate tests. Our young trees receive intensive watering up to their 88th year, including trials using soil moisture sensors. With our urban tree strategy, we aim to green streets previously without trees, especially in heat-stressed neighborhoods. So far, we identified over 800 new planting locations and secured €6.8 million funding package from the German Federal Environment Agency. However, implementation requires citizen involvement, especially when tree planting means replacing parking space. This has led to the development of our One Tree, One Parking Spot participation model. It is a process that takes time, dialogue and patience, but in the end, it fosters genuine public ownership. We believe that it's never too early to awaken curiosity about trees. That's why we launched a storytelling competition as a part of the annual reading festival for primary school classes, Abra Palabra, which was held this year under the motto, "What Trees Whisper About." The results? Twice as many stories were submitted by children this year compared to last year, showing us how trees can inspire imagination and connection. Before I close, let me take you to a special place that draws tens of thousands of visitors every April, the cherry blossom avenues in Bonn's Old Town. Featured on the list of 1001 places to see before you die, it's a true Instagram phenomenon and an annual celebration of urban tree beauty. You are warmly invited to come back to Bonn and experience it in person next April. But be careful, the streets will not be as empty as in this picture. Thank you very much for your attention. We are delighted to welcome you to Bonn and wish you an inspiring and successful Congress.